Hello, Hanover Veterans. Ben Quelly, Veteran Service Officer, doing his weekly broadcast from the Foxhole. And I want to just casually go over about 4 or 5 different topics this week that I am hoping will be helpful information to veterans and veteran spouses and family members. But before I do that, I want to recognize that these past couple weeks have been really great. The town of Hanover has again come together, helped each other out. The veterans that I'm reaching out to, they all seem to be in good spirits. Everybody is seeing things open. They're getting out more. Retail stores are open. Restaurants are doing outdoor service. So it seems like the spirit's lifting. We had great weather for the 4th of July. Hopefully folks were able to enjoy that in a safe manner. Also, it was extra special here in Massachusetts, particularly Plymouth County, as we celebrated the 400th anniversary of the Pilgrim's Landing on our shores. In addition to celebrating our American way of life, the town of Hanover, I think, set a new standard for the proper way to conduct a town meeting, which they did at Starland. All safety precautions were taken. 6 feet of separation, masks were worn. The town leadership got together and did a fabulous job of organizing a town meeting in this time of pandemic. And they were able to get the entire warrant covered in the town meeting. There were a couple of articles on there at the end pertaining to veterans. I'm proud to say that the folks in Hanover have voted to honor Gold Star parents and legal guardians who have lost their children in service to our country, that they will now, like surviving spouses, we already have that on our books, but the Gold Star parents and legal guardians will be getting full tax exemptions here in the town of Hanover, something we can all take pride in. We were also able to pass an article relating to Mass General Law 141 and Chapter 60, which allows the town to put on its property tax rolls a box for tax-paying citizens here in the town to volunteer an amount of money that can go into a Veterans Emergency Fund. Other towns are doing this with great success. This fund, of course, is just whatever extra money somebody wants to donate through their tax bill. It will be heavily scrutinized and overseen by officials here in the town. It will only be used to help veterans and surviving spouses with emergency needs, such as fuel, transportation, and food. And these individuals need to qualify, of course. They will be most likely low-income veterans and spouses. I think this is really beneficial to our veterans. In the 2 years I've been working this job, there have been numerous occasions where low-income veterans or surviving spouses have needed some emergency funding right away. I had a spouse once whose boiler gave out right before the cold season kicked in. I had another low-income veteran who had a mechanical problem with his car, and he also is raising a mentally challenged child, so it was really impactful for him. And it was something like a water pump, but it would have been nice to have had these funds. So it happens, it's needed, and other towns have it and are using it very well. It will be scrutinized. It will be overseen by both myself, the community services director, the finance director, so any kind of disbursement of funds will be done in a very strict manner. So I encourage folks, if you have a little extra change in your pocket, I know times are tough, but when you get your property tax bills come winter time, November, December time frame, whatever extra you can kick in to help these needy veterans would be greatly appreciated. I want to talk about, because I've talked in numerous posts about the fact that the VA medical facilities are up and operating. They are doing a lot of telehealth consultations, but they are, of course, doing surgery, they're doing appointments, any kind of need for one-on-one on-site healthcare is being administered by the VA facilities. But I want to remind folks that there's a single point of entrance for these places. And if you really want to maintain social distances and safety during this time, there is a way that you can go to a VA facility as a patient and you can sit in the parking lot and you can text the VA when you're here. Okay? This is called the Vet Extension Patient Tracking. What you want to do to get it, obviously you need a cell phone that has texting capabilities, and you also want to make sure that you call customer service at any of the VA facilities and ask them which cell phone they have as their primary contact number, and make sure it's the cell phone that you're using. And if it's the right one, when you arrive at a scheduled appointment at the VA, you simply park your car and you text to this number. Okay, 53079. You text to 5379 the word here. They will receive this. It's called the vet extension. The vet, and they will pull that number up. They will then correspond it to the appointment that you have that day. They will text you back that they have received your text and to just wait in the parking lot till further to receive another text. When your physician is ready for you, or whoever you're seeing, then they will text you it is now okay for you to enter. You'll go into that single point of contact entrance. You'll get probably they'll do the temperature reading, and then you will go right to your appointment and they'll be waiting for you. So it also allows you to sort of sit in the parking lot if you're reading something, or if you've got business to do, or if you just don't want to have to go in and sit in the facility with other folks. You want to sit by yourself in a car, or at least just maintain some better social distancing practices. It allows you to be in that environment until they're actually ready to see you, and then you can go in. So again, take out your cell phone, you text to 53079 here. They'll text you back, got it, hold on a second, and then when they're ready for you, they'll text say it's ready for you to come in. Okay? So just another something to help us through this these tough times, to keep us all safe. The other thing I want to talk about as it relates to getting to healthcare appointments, getting to the VA, and I've said this in the past, that we do have elderly veterans especially who have lost the ability to self-transport. And even if they're able to get to a VA facility, let's say they're able to get to Brockton, but their appointment is in Jamaica Plain or West Roxbury, they still have to get onto a bus. And it could be a long trip up into Boston to be seen, and then another long trip back down the expressway back to Brockton, where somebody still has to pick them up. Okay, that's just one scenario. Not only can it be long trips, but it can also be in an environment that is just not comfortable to all of our elderly veterans, that they just don't feel comfortable being transported with other people. And if that be the case with a veteran that you know, or a surviving spouse where you just feel more secure being transported one-on-one, then my office does offer that service. Okay, it doesn't have to be in town like the Council on Aging vans. It can be anywhere. Okay, I've taken veterans to Providence, I've taken them into Boston, I've taken them wherever they need to go. If you just feel like because of COVID-19 you would feel more secure in getting a ride from my office one-on-one, please call my office. I will transport that veteran, that surviving spouse, to their doctor's appointment or whatever critical appointment you have. Okay. Again, my phone number is 781-826-5000, extension 1107. If you're next of kin, sons or daughters of elderly veterans who have lost the ability to self-transport, please call my office. We'll talk. Okay. Bottom line is, the healthcare industry is seeing patients again. On a one-on-one basis, and we don't want our veterans, especially our elderly veterans whose health is already declining, to be missing appointments because they just don't feel comfortable in how they're going to get there. Okay, call my office. I have experience in transporting elderly people to appointments, not just through this office, but in my personal life, through my parents. So we'll provide transport chairs or whatever needs to happen. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about is, it came to my attention, I've only been on this job a couple of years with the town of Hanover, but back in 2015, there was an allotment of money from the CPA fund that was given over to the Historical Commission and the Preservation Commission. And this was specifically to allow for veterans in the town to get oral histories of their veterans. Now, I refer back to Memorial Day when we had third graders sending in really what were video obituaries to soldiers and people who had served that had lost their lives in combat. And we were able to use those videos from those third graders as part of our Memorial Day recognition video. And it was a great success. It was received very well. So in a similar manner, I was looking to take these funds and get this project started. Apparently it was never done, but I think it would be a wonderful project for the veterans in our community to send in video posts. And these will be put into an organized database. It'll be organized in alphabetical order according to last name. It'll be put into organized categories of war eras that these Hanover veterans served in. And you know, every life tells a great story. And when it comes to our veterans, we don't want these stories to die off. We want generations to follow, especially our young people, to hear right from the veterans what it was like to serve their country, especially, you know, in situations of combat. These stories are important for our next generations, and this will be kept in a database in the town. It'll be accessible to all citizens through this database on the town's website. And if you don't feel comfortable being on camera, by all means, you can do a voice recording and have that sent in. If you don't feel like you have the technology or the experience to do this, please give my office a call, and we will safely, using social distancing and precautions, we'll come on to you, to site. We'll come on to where you're at as the veteran. We'll record you. But I'm going to be doing a mailer. I'm going to do a mass mailer to all my known veterans in the town, announcing this and asking for them to participate. But word of mouth would also help as well. I want to get this kicked off. And I think that it will be very, very important to the town that generations down the road can access this and they can hear these veterans talking about their experience in serving their country. So again, for any purposes or needs for veterans or spouses, whether it be compensation, whether it be Chapter 115, whatever it is dealing with veterans, please reach out to my office. Again, that number is 781-826-5000, extension 1107. I'm here at the Council on Aging, working 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Please leave voicemails and emails. All that routes through to my cell phone. So really, I'm on call to you 24/7. All right, everybody, stay safe, stay well, and enjoy the rest of your summer.